Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot, rune, and oracle reading for the month of September 2024. So let's dive straight into it. Your rune that came out is called Yera, and this is the rune of celebration. So this is such a lovely sign, guys. This shows that in September, it's like weight being lifted off of your shoulders. That's the sort of feeling that I'm getting from this reading. So to me, this is saying like something that you've been working really hard over, you've been pouring your energy into. It's like finally we're seeing some results. Some examples that are coming into my head, and remember, this is a group reading, so these are random examples that may apply to a few of you watching, but not all of you. Take it how it resonates in your life. But I am seeing like if you've been searching for an apartment or a house and having a really, really hard time, you are finding one. So that's really great. Or a project that you've been working on for a long time that you've just been pouring so many hours into, working overtime, it's finally paying off. There's some sort of celebration like, wow, finally it is here. There's also a little bit of nervousness mixed in with this because it's like something new, it's a new chapter. Whatever this may be, it's like, cool, I finally got this, it's exciting, oh my gosh, but it's also so nervous, like, look at the success that I have in front of me, and all of the new eyes on me, the new energies in my life. It could be like finally getting a job that you really want, but then it's like that nervousness and excitement of like, oh my gosh, now I got to start the job, I got to get outfits for this job, I'm going to be meeting new people. It's kind of scary, but at the same time, it's like literally everything you wanted. So it's a good type of scary. Yes, your energy oracle is door to personal healing and happiness. Guys, it really, like these are great signs, really great signs, new doorways opening up that will lead you to a happier life. I feel like there are a lot of opportunities coming your way in the month of September that really are going to make your life more enjoyable. I am seeing having more resources or time to yourself to do what you want with. It's like an increased level of freedom is what I'm seeing. So for example, if you've been not having that much money recently, those finances have been going towards just life, bills, random things popping up, and then it's like suddenly you get this new job and it pays a lot more, and it's like, wow, okay, so I have a lot extra that I could do what I want with. Or, if you finally got that lease or that mortgage that you're wanting, it's like, oh my gosh, like there's so much potential of what I could do here. So much I could decorate. Am I going to rent out some of the rooms? Am I just going to live here by myself? I finally have room to get a pet if I want a pet. There's so many questions up in the air, so much possibility for just happiness. I'm also seeing a lot of you are taking your own mental health very seriously this month, which is great to see. I feel like there's just relief. I'm feeling relief compared to previous months, so it's really good. We have To the Sea coming out in reverse here, okay? I don't know why the first thing that just popped up into my mind with this card is spontaneous travel, spontaneous adventure, or feeling like everything is moving really fast. And just make sure you're making time to yourself, because it feels like it's going to be a positively busy sort of month for you, where a lot of what you want to happen will be happening. It could be busy socially. You could be pretty popular. You could have a lot just unfolding in your life going on. A lot of people wanting to work with you. A lot of people wanting to communicate with you. Make sure that you're setting some time apart to work on your personal goals and projects. This is very important, especially if you have some sort of big project that keeps going unfinished in your life. This is saying schedule the time in to complete that project. There's this concept that I learned from this book called The Artist's Way, and it's called having artist dates. So once a week, you schedule time in for you to just be in your artistic energy, whatever that may be, working on a certain project that you have working on or whatever, and treating that time as very sacred and special, and definitely not, saying, oh, I could just reschedule that if you want to hang out. Like, no, treating it like it is a meeting that you have with somebody else. You're not going to cancel on yourself last minute. You wouldn't do that to somebody else, so don't do it to yourself. So I hope that makes sense. We have this Nine of Swords coming out in reverse as your first tarot card. This is from the Starman Tarot. And very fascinating because this does show that, maybe you're coming from a place where there has been a lot of worry, a lot of stress, a lot of struggle. You maybe have felt a bit of a lack these past few weeks, having a hard time mentally or just freaking out a little bit internally. So that's where you're coming from. Let's see how the month unfolds. 6 of Swords. Wow. Moving forward, moving to calmer shores. Also, this is a card of literal movement. I keep seeing moving for Taurus. Even if you are not physically moving and changing locations or jobs, it feels like the energies are moving a lot in your life right now. New potential, new possibility. I don't know why I keep coming back to this idea of like new eyes on you, a new following, a new audience, people noticing you and having meetings about you. Like, okay, what are we going to do with this exciting new employee? What are we going to do with this exciting new friend? People saying, how can we collaborate with what Taurus is doing? Because there's just something in the air to celebrate this month. Some Taurus energy people may also be traveling and celebrating life on that trip. It's like a fun sort of trip with friends or loved ones, for sure. And having a lot of excitement there. I'm seeing weekend getaways. I am seeing, it just feels like life is kind of improving a lot. We have the High Priestess coming out as your 3rd card. Very beautiful, upright. You are really in alignment with what your intuition and what your body is trying to tell you. I think you're getting better and better and better at knowing when to stop because you may have been for these past several weeks and months really overburdening yourself with so much work, so much responsibility, like constantly keeping busy, like boom, 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 doing this, that, the third. And your body shows you signs when it's time to slow down or when it's time to speed up again. And oftentimes you've ignored those intuitive nudges in the past, or even when you're meeting up with people, like your body will tell you if they're good people, if they're right for you, in very dramatic ways sometimes as well. And maybe you were ignoring that, you weren't paying attention to it, but now things are getting a lot better and you're getting better at listening to your intuition, taking better care of yourself, and not overdoing it. Yeah, with the 9 of Swords coming out in reverse as your 1st card, that's what I'm saying. Like these past several months, Taurus, you may have been overdoing it, like overly working, overly putting in energy towards everything in life. So many things, like your energy was sort of torn in many different directions. And your body was giving you these signs like, hey, it's time to slow down. It's like when you're working too hard, you might get sick, you might injure yourself. There's various things that can happen, but usually that's like the first sign your intuition gives you when something is just a little bit too like too much going on. 2nd row of cards out, we have the Queen of Cups coming out in reverse here. Taurus. Okay. I want to say beware of anybody in your life, and this could be a feminine energy, intuitive, creative, beautiful energy. I don't know why I'm seeing like emotional withdrawal, being colder towards you, more distant, but not really explaining via words and communications what's going on. This could be a friend, this could be a relationship, it could be anything. It feels like feminine energy. Doesn't have to necessarily be a woman, but it feels very feminine. This is somebody who normally, on a normal day, is very caring, maternal, loving, kind, creative, clever. But you could be sensing a little bit of emotional weirdness coming from them towards you, and they're not really explaining what's going on or why. So again, I would just pay attention to anything like that. Again, listen to your intuition. The High Priestess is showing like you are really good, very strong intuition this month. You're picking up that, somebody may be growing a certain distance from you. And even if they're not explaining it, like you don't need them to explain it. Actions speak louder than words. If they are not putting in as much effort towards the connection as they used to, like that's on them. That's on them. And I understand this Queen of Cups is coming out underneath the 9 of Swords. So yeah, you might not be necessarily super happy about this. Like it may hurt your feelings. And I think that's natural. That's normal, Taurus. I would have my feelings hurt too if I was close to someone and then suddenly they started acting weird and they weren't explaining why. I just think it's a little passive aggressive. If you have a problem with me, tell me what your problem is. Let's work on it. And if you don't want to work on the problem, then at least tell me what it is. Give me that sense of closure, and then tell me how you want to move forward from there. I think it's kind of immature to just not care, not really consider the other person's feelings and not give them answers. Unless, they were really hurt by somebody, then in that case, I suppose, you don't owe anybody answers if they're somebody who hurt you. But I don't know if you're somebody who has hurt this person, you may have just been living your best life. And Taurus, I just got a random message that popped through my mind, a random feeling that popped through my mind. And I just saw 2121, so that's confirmation to share this. This might not resonate with everyone though, so if this doesn't make any sense to you, don't force it into your life. This will not resonate with everyone. But if you have the feeling like somebody betrayed your privacy and that's why they're acting weird towards you now, I would say listen to that feeling. So for example, if you have a partner that's acting weird towards you and you just have this weird feeling, like they maybe went through your private diaries or your text messages or something, your search history, and that's why they're acting weird. I know that's such a specific message and is definitely not going to resonate with the majority of you. This may only resonate with a few people watching, but I want to give confirmation to that feeling. That is an accurate feeling. And if you were already feeling that, I just have a feeling they maybe went through some of my things or betrayed my privacy in some way and that's why they're acting weird, that feeling is accurate, okay? So keep that in mind. That's very unusual. If any of you are dealing with anybody in your life who doesn't respect boundaries and privacy, that's a huge red flag. It doesn't matter how much you love them either. Everybody has the right to their privacy. And it's like, if you go snooping through my stuff and you find something you don't like, well, that is on you. And by my stuff, I mean a personal journal or diary, that should only be for the person writing's eyes only, straight up. It does not matter. If you have a partner, for example, you go through their diary and they are stressing over your relationship, it is you're just going to look for trouble and it's going to cause so much weird energy in the relationship and toxicity. And it's that partner who wrote those things about you may love you to death. They may be the best person for you. Everybody gets frustrated sometimes, and personal diaries and journals and conversations, they're personal. That's how people process their emotions. It's something private. So I don't know. I would definitely, if I were a Taurus this month, just make sure private things remain private. And definitely, and I mean, the High Priestess confirms that as well. The High Priestess is literally a card about privacy and hidden knowledge and information. Not even bad hidden knowledge and information, just, keeping our personal things to ourselves and having our personal relationship with spirit, with the universe, listening to our intuition. So just be on the lookout for that sort of energy if you feel it. We have Judgment coming out in reverse, Taurus. Ooh, this is getting a little juicy here. I do feel like you are making the judgment call to leave someone or walk away from someone very unexpectedly. I mean, it's not unexpected. It's unexpected for me, reading into Taurus energy. I feel like this is kind of coming out of nowhere. But it's not coming out of nowhere. It's and I'm also getting this resistance. You don't necessarily want to leave this person, but they're acting strange. They're acting weird. They're being passive. They're not communicating directly. If there's anyone like that in your life, or invading your privacy especially, you may be making the judgment call. Yeah, it's time to let the past be in the past. And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, more of that feminine energy acting a little bit weird. And this time I'm seeing some jealousy here. Jealous energies. Yeah, I would definitely pay attention to feminine people in your life. If the vibe is off, the vibe is off. Having two queens like this coming out in reverse and right in the middle is the Judgment card in reverse. To me, this is a very clear reading of some sort of ending of a connection or a relationship due to indirect communication and energies. That is the toxic feminine. Just like there's toxic masculine, there's toxic feminine energies. There's unhealed feminine energies that some people may be operating out of. And one of those signs that somebody's operating out of their toxic feminine is this really passive aggressive way of communicating, not really communicating at all, and just sort of switching up on you like that. Also invading privacy, personal space, things of that nature, prying where they don't belong. So yeah, this sort of separation will be bringing you closer to peace. And I feel like even though it's very difficult, Nine of Swords reversed, this isn't going to be an easy journey. We do see a lot of celebration happening for you in September. We see the doorway to personal healing and happiness opening up, feeling better than you have in months. And like I said, a relief. It's like weight off of your shoulder. If you've been carrying this relationship or other problems like this, other burdens like this for a while now, trying to keep it together, keep the connection together, and also in addition to that, like working really hard towards certain dreams, goals, things of that nature. And once you release that, it kind of is like, okay, like that chapter is over. I'm free now to go about my life. It just feels like a weight being lifted off of your shoulders this month, Taurus. So definitely let me know how that resonated with you down below. Some of the specifics in that reading might not resonate with everybody, and that's why I encourage you all to either get personal readings with me one-on-one or watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs, all offered on this channel for free. I do offer a monthly tarot reading on my website, spiritpsychic.org, so that's a 30-minute long reading where I will dive into what you specifically will be going through in the month ahead. I think it's a really cool offering, so go ahead and check that out if you have not already. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.